Alita, run!
My God.
Welcome to This Time with Daniel and Shahbaz. Today, we are going to be giving you our review for Alita Battle Angel.
Yes. Directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Produced by James Cameron.
Screenplay as well by James Cameron, yeah.
Which, we're going to get into.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
What I want to start off by saying
Yes.
is I guess anticipated walking out of this movie going, that was not good. But I kind of walked out going, that was not that good, but was not that bad.
Yeah, there wasn't like, I guess that, the thing with the movies like this, and I know it's bad to bring up movies like Jupiter Ascending and those type of films.
Ghost in the Shell,
you know, like, you don't want to just kind of get thrown into a world and like not care about anyone.
Yeah.
You do, like, you are invested in this world a little bit. Like, you start liking what you're seeing, but it never really takes us anywhere. Before we get deeper into it, like, this movie hasn't had an easy road to being made. Like, it was
Long
in development
process.
hell for a long time. It got pushed out of July 2018, out of December 2018, and now it is in February. And it's a smart move they put it in February because I think at least now it has a shot to make a little bit more money than those other months.
I don't think it'll make back its budget.
No, I don't.
But I think it'll make some money versus other months.
Yeah. So let's break it down. What's this movie about, Jay?
So it's interesting question.
Yeah.
What
is this movie about?
This movie is from what I understood.
Yeah.
Alita is a cyborg that her top part, her head to brain ratio, was from another battle.
Warrior from the sky, from Mars, from space, yeah.
And now she is fallen down to Earth because she had a huge battle on Xylophone land. And now she's down to Earth. Christoph Waltz finds her, puts her together. She's like a robot doctor.
Right.
Puts her together, and then that's the thing. Like, everything that happens in this movie is so quick that you're not sure which story you're following.
Right, and this is the thing, like, obviously we haven't read the manga of this. We're not familiar with the story other than what was presented to us in the movie. Mm-hmm. And when things like that happen, it just feels like exposition overload.
Oh my God. Everyone's just giving exposition.
Everyone is just telling us so many different histories and things like that where it's just like, okay, let me process this. Let me get a history book right now because there's so much lore in this world. And of course, if you're fans of the series, like, you're going to like that you're seeing that, I'm assuming.
Right.
But also, as most people are going to this never had read it.
With general audiences,
right? It's a little bit overwhelming and daunting.
It's very daunting.
To get yourself in there.
And I think that the fact that they don't spend so much time on the lore, like, the lore literally stays for a scene. Like, some characters that you're seeing on posters are literally in the movie for a scene.
And seconds.
And it's almost like, if I'm a fan of that, I kind of want to spend time with these characters, but there's no development whatsoever.
Not at all.
They're kind of just thrown in, you watch the scene, it moves on, and it keeps moving on, and you're introduced to all these new characters and more lore, that you're like, when is this movie gonna take me to the final climax? Like, I don't know when the climax happens.
No, and there's so many. This movie definitely feels like a big collection of scenes because there's not really a traditional first act, second act, third act. It just feels like one long sequence, even though it's supposed to take place over a bunch of time, I'm assuming. But the way this movie's kind of like,
most movies do take place over a bunch of time.
Time is a factor in a lot of movies.
It is relative.
This movie as well too, but and this leads us to the characters that we're at least being introduced to, and Alita being obviously the main focus of this movie. Hugo as well too in this movie, and this is
their love story.
Their love story felt so forced. And again, not to knock the actors, but the acting in this movie,
not good.
It felt like you said something very. I think that nailed it.
Yeah.
That this movie felt like it was being dubbed.
It felt like an dubbed anime. Like, when they were talking, it's almost as if their expression wasn't as excited as their voice was. They're like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay.
Or Alita would be like crying or be super emotional, but she's also smiling. So it's just like, it's really.
Or their face is like so extreme, but they're not really giving us much emotion. They're like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, that's this movie kind of in a nutshell, you know, and like you want to be. I mean, there are some moments where the visuals definitely shine, and there's some.
We got
moments,
a chance to see this in IMAX too.
Yeah, IMAX 3D, which looked really cool. IMAX, laser IMAX, I should say. Yeah. But also, yeah, like there's some, because we're seeing it in such a big screen. There is a lot of moments where those visuals do not hold up, and when you have James Cameron,
you have the JC,
Jesus Christ, filmmaking, like you kind of expect a higher degree, a pedigree to that, and we didn't really get that.
No, I mean, you spend so much time on Avatar to create this photorealistic. Mm-hmm. You said this in the movie. The visuals from Avatar are better.
Yeah, and that movie's 10 years old at this point. And that's the thing. Like when we first saw the trailer for this movie, Alita's eyes are very large, just like they are like in the manga. But it's also her face, so like you kind of get into that uncanny valley of what I'm seeing. It doesn't feel right, so I'm not connecting with it. So you never really felt attached to her character. Now that's obviously not to say that we think this is an awful movie, because we didn't leave the theater thinking that. And I think if you're a fan of the series, I think you will hopefully be happy with how your characters were presented in this.
But I think the one good thing I'll say about this film is the action sequences are really cool. Really cool. That's kind of what kept me engaged. But this film ends on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like it's such
an undeserved cliffhanger.
A very undeserved. And when it finally gets to this point, because I'm like, oh, finally, now we're gonna get to.
And at least I'm like, I feel like it's gonna end here.
And I'm like, nah, there's no way they ended here. And then they ended it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
They think they're gonna get a sequel.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think so. And again, if you're into the manga, check it out. But for general audiences, I think it's safe to say, skip it. That was your first skip it of 2019.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's
tough.
It's tough. You know, like we want to leave movies always loving them, but this movie, I feel, outstays its welcome, and I just wish that the characters that we were introduced to, we got to at least like them a little bit more. Because Mahershala is in this movie. Jennifer Connelly's in this movie.
No one we get attached to.
Yeah.
I think if they somehow do get blessed with a sequel, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there to see it.
JC, bless him with a sequel, man. That was this time. Thank you so much for watching our review. If you like what we're doing, please comment, like, subscribe. That was this time.
And we'll see you next.